We're extremely excited to be partnering with GroupM and all of the other partners that are involved with it. It is a consortium of companies, both from the ad tech side as well as the content side of the business, working with GroupM to create one set of rules for how interactive ad units and streaming ad units will work in the future. Essentially to create an interoperability across all of these different types of platforms in the streaming ecosystem. What's great about streaming is that you have great reach on Roku, but you also have the ability to create engagement and interactivity like when you have a digital product. So simply taking your 15 and 30-second linear TV spots isn't doing justice for what the opportunity in streaming really is. And so what we want to do with this consortium is create one set of standards of how interactive ads, engagement ads, shoppable ads are going to work in the future across all of these different streaming platforms. And it's one of the things that we're really excited about at Roku is really taking down our walls and being interoperable across the industry.
So CTV platforms are a great driver of innovation in our marketplace. Why did you feel now was the right time to start thinking about standards?
It creates standardization. We're seeing it obviously in the measurement side of things that's happening in the media landscape. Creating one set of standards makes it easier for agencies and their clients really to produce the right types of spots that we know is going to drive stronger engagement, stronger resonance with consumers, and hopefully also turn from just simple reach and brand affinity into performance. And if we can create a better standard of how that works, we're going to be a much better place as an industry.
So Roku had an amazing year last year. I mean, double-digit growth across the board. What was really driving that? Why were you succeeding in a very tough marketplace?
It's a super exciting time to be at Roku right now. We are transitioning from what we were in the past as more of an ad tech company into a massively scaled media company that also has great tech. And so what we're doing is we're talking to advertisers, talking to marketers and agencies about the declining reach that's happening in linear television. So as dollars are moving out of linear television, they're heading into streaming. And advertisers are needing to replace the reach that was lost in linear. What's happening though on an individual app by app basis, so if you're buying the Hulus and the Disney Plus, the Paramount Pluses and the plethora of single apps by themselves, advertisers and agencies aren't able to connect the dots of reach and frequency. Enter a Roku platform. And by the way, we're the #1 streaming platform in America. We have over 75 million active accounts that provide Superbowl reach on our platform every single day of the week. We also, and what that does then is creates a massive reach opportunity for advertisers. And this reach is consistent, where we see, we're also seeing a problem with the serial churn that's happening in streaming today, where if their favorite show isn't on a certain app, they're going to drop that subscription, and they may drop it for 6, 9, maybe 12 months, and then finally come back. And so we're seeing this sort of ebb and flow nature of subscribers on single individual apps. A platform like Roku distributes all of the apps, and so regardless if it's a Hulu viewer today and a Paramount viewer tomorrow, they're still on Roku. And we connect the dots of if they saw the ad on Hulu and did they see the ad on Peacock. And so what we're doing is helping advertisers grow their reach. And we're also taking our data and our tech to convert that reach into performance. And so whether it's any kind of lower funnel metric, conversion, an actual purchase, we're able to target that, measure that, and prove that out to advertisers.
So there's a lot of buzz here at CES about retail media, and obviously you play in that space, you have shoppable formats, you were an early pioneer in that kind of area. Tell us a bit about what you learned about what works. What do consumers want? Do they really want to shop on their TVs?
We're seeing that happening in a bigger way, and it continues to grow. It's still early days, and we're excited about where we're going with this, and we have a tremendous amount of partners, one of which is Walmart, and the work we've done early with them in terms of using your Roku remote to buy a product off your TV screen. It's still early days. We're seeing a lot of learning, and what we're seeing though is that there's a good amount of conversion happening, but what's also important is that there's a lot of brand opportunity happening, there's a lot of brand awareness, and what we're calling dwell time. So a 30-second shoppable ad could turn into a 90-second brand engagement opportunity with a consumer. And so that's been really great to see. We're also talking with our partners at Instacart and Kroger Precision Marketing and DoorDash about creating shoppable moments that exist on the platform in lots of different ways.
So the other big buzzword here at CES is obviously AI. You're a huge data business. You have data coming out your ears. How are you using AI to power future experiences in the Roku environment?
The greatest thing about one of the greatest things about Roku's platform is that it's curated and it's specific to what you are watching as a consumer. So everybody's Roku looks a little different based on their specific viewing habits. And so that's all powered by AI. And we understand now if someone has an affinity towards cooking shows and food shows. And so one of those learnings, and we've seen that across our platform in a big, big way, and what that's resulted in is that we're now creating what we call zones. And so one of which is the all things food zone. We just did a big partnership with Coca-Cola at the end of fourth quarter. It was a holiday themed cooking sponsorship around cooking shows. And so what we're finding is that streamers are having a tough time finding the shows that they want. And there's multiple jumps to find a show, a certain cooking show that was, back in the day, you just went to the Food Channel and there it was. Today, it's a little bit harder for streamers. And so what we've done is create a zone that collects all of the different shows across all of the apps that are out there, including our own owned and operated, the Roku Channel. And all of that food content is there in one place. And the best part is that it's branded. It can be then clickable to a shoppable ad. And all of that, all those learnings, all that ability to do that is powered by AI, which has been extraordinarily effective for Roku.
That's really compelling. So it's January 2024. Give us a sense of how you see the year in streaming unfolding. What kind of big trends and developments are you anticipating?
We're really excited about 24. We see a big uptick in what we think will be tremendous revenue growth. We think that there's going to be a lot of emphasis placed on platforms and experiences. And again, I was mentioning before about those individual apps trying to cobble together the right reach. Platforms are going to be the ones that win out. We're the number one platform. Our nearest competitors were about 50% bigger than they are. We feel really confident about that opportunity. Also because what we're seeing in streaming today is a problem with churn. I mentioned this before, but serial churners are becoming a factor. And we're seeing about 30% of any streaming apps subscribers are made up of what we call serial churners. Those that they're churning 3 major SVODs or subscriptions over the past 2 years. And so as we see that, we're going to continue to see what was the channel surfer of the past is now a serial app churner of the future. And so what we want to do as a platform is make sure we can harness all of our subscribers in one place so that, if it's a Hulu viewer one day and it's a Peacock viewer the next day, we can still deliver reach to the advertiser.